You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. It's 2026. What some people call a new year in America. But ain't nothing changed. Some of us is still carrying burdens, carrying heavy hearts, things that we came from, or things that rather came from our childhood. Keep your head up. For those of y'all that's still suffering in silence, start living your life. Because tomorrow's not promised. And me, out of all people, I know what it's like to carry a torch of heartache and pain. You got to start living your life. Tomorrow is not promised. Stop measuring your life to somebody else's. Enjoy every moment and every breath of what you have. Enjoy what you have. And in some cases, thank God for what you don't have. Because the reality of it is, some of y'all see people that have way more things than y'all. Materialistic stuff. They made this world here their paradise. And they surrounded themselves with the most beautiful things. But inside their heart is a disease. Sometimes just being who you are, the man that you look in the mirror and you see, that person that you're looking at is better than most of these people with materialistic things. Be you, embrace you, enjoy you, love on you. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you the shit. And don't let nobody take that from you. I floss materialistic things on people because I know it makes them sick. I know that no matter how much they make videos and spread lies and talk bad about me, I know they're going to tune in and they're going to look at me. So I made it my business to shine on them every time. To make them sick in their stomach, to make niggas punch the air. But for the people that's less fortunate than me, understand something. I come from poverty and pain. Welfare cheese. The projects. Playing corners in the elevator. Like, I've been through it all. I've been through all the same things that you've been through. Live life as if it's your last day and enjoy it. The simple things, the little things in life will make you smile. I know niggas that got Ferraris and Benzes that want to kill themselves. Live your life. Enjoy what God gave you. And shine on them with that. Because people will sit up there and tell you they never seen people at the top of the pyramid hate on people at the bottom. Whoever told you that was a liar. Whoever told you that the people at the top don't hate down at the bottom is a liar. Trust and believe me when I tell you. The people at the top, the richest people, the elite, is the ones that pay for the airplanes to spray you with chemtrails. Why you think they spraying you? Because they hate you. They hate you. They have everything in the world and you have nothing. And they try to figure out every day how to raise your rent, how to raise your taxes. Oh, yeah. Millionaires, some of the millionaires, them some grumpy people. There's some evil people. Why do you think that it's easier for the camel to get through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich person to get into paradise? Because them niggas is evil. All I did was just take a couple of pictures. What I did, I did a video with Mace. I had dinner with Mace. Discussed some business. Sat down with Tony Ayo and Uncle Murder. You know how many niggas that's in position, that's rich, that's been in the game, already start throwing monkey riches? Don't never let them tell you that the people up top or the ones that's doing better than you don't look down and hate. The only thing they could do is look down. Because that's all they have. It's materialistic things. To have somebody that genuinely loves you, for you, to have somebody that genuinely supports you, for you, that got your back, there's nothing more precious than that. But I'm going to tell you something else too, right? With all these egotistical niggas running around here, I see a lot of dudes that's egotistical, right? I'm this, I'm that. Let me tell you something, man. A crackhead or a homeless person will get you further in life than some of these fake friends that think they all that. Trust and believe me when I tell you. I can get further with a maid, with somebody to wash my dishes. I can get further with a garbage man, maybe somebody that's homeless that'll take out my garbage, than a nigga, than these people that just come around you. They size you up to see if you still doing better than them or they still doing better than you, and pretend like y'all friends. And all y'all life, y'all done hung out together, but you never, ever, ever accomplished anything together. Anything, nothing. You've never accomplished nothing with them. This is why I say pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Some of y'all got hopes and dreams. All you need is a little bit of help. Some of y'all can't even read, but somebody else sitting next to you could read. And they can help you with computer programming or help you with the things that you need to get done, but they won't. There's people that sitting, listen, let me tell you something. As far as graphics go, I probably got the wackest graphics on YouTube. I use my cell phone. You know how many people around me know how to do all the things that Hassan Campbell couldn't do for all of these years that I've been on YouTube, and never once took the time out to sit up there and say, yo, we gonna enhance this nigga channel, make his channel look crazy? No. They still counting the numbers and counting the views and seeing how long I'm gonna be able to stay in this position that I'm in. They don't love me. Their hearts is filled with disease. See, one thing about me, I've always went through and kept myself just built up with childhood misery. But I still, no matter what I went through, I've always wanted all of the people around me to win. You see me soon as I start an intro or outro when I'm doing something on my page, the first thing I do is play somebody's music. Most of these niggas' music that I'm playing, I haven't spoken to these niggas. I don't speak to these niggas on a daily basis. When I keep me afloat, I try to keep other niggas afloat. You'll never hear me sit up there and say about anybody, oh, I'm just messing with this person because I'm just using them. If I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. But I'm the type of nigga, I might not rock with you and still try to help you. You see the difference? And until you can find people like that to include in your life, then you got to start evaluating everything and every move that you make, because the reality of it is, we living in the last days of America. And like God says, no man knows the hour. And that's very, very true. But the clock, the time is ticking on every last one of us. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. Like I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes you might find a homeless person that have nowhere to live, and take that person in and dust that person off and clean that person up. And that person right there might be the most valuable player in your life. Not them fly niggas. Not them selfish niggas with the big egos. It's like you look at these niggas on YouTube. Until they seen me, China Brim, and Harlem Legend, go sit down with Vlad? Them niggas wasn't doing stream yards together. The ones that had the bigger platforms wasn't reaching back to the smaller platforms, but they're doing it in competition to see what kind of egos they can put together to verse these egos. Not out of love, not out of sitting up there saying, yo, you know what? The 1% stick together, so we gonna stick together. Nah. Black men act worse than women. Black men are more envious and heart filled with disease than women. It's disgusting. And you niggas need to get the hate out of your heart. It's a lot going on in America. The home of the thief. I mean the home of the slave. You got a lot of people that have a lot of mixed feelings about what's going on in America and the moves that our president made.
The U.S. military has attacked Venezuela, kidnapped its president, Nicolás Maduro, and flown him and his wife out of the country. Here are 4 things you need to know. Number 1, this is an act of war. Under the U.S. Constitution, only Congress can declare war, not the president. Number 2, this was never about drugs. Since September, at least 115 civilians have been killed in Trump's boat strikes in the Caribbean and Pacific. Yet Trump recently pardoned Juan Orlando Hernandez, the former president of Honduras, who was convicted in court of trafficking hundreds of tons of cocaine into the United States. Number 3, this was never about democracy. Yes, Maduro is a dictator, but Trump embraced other dictators, praising Vladimir Putin, exchanging love letters with Kim Jong-un, and even hosting Saudi Arabia's crown prince after U.S. intelligence said he approved the murder of a Washington Post journalist. Here in Brazil, Trump even pressured courts to protect former President Bolsonaro after a January 6th-style insurrection. But Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, and Trump has openly said he wants the oil. Number 4, this sets a dangerous precedent. If U.S. presidents can, quote, capture foreign presidents they don't like and release the ones they do like, we don't have a democracy ourselves. What comes next for Venezuela, we don't know. When the U.S. pushed regime change in Iraq and Afghanistan, it led to decades of chaos and instability. But the final irony is this. Just last year, one U.S. government official said this about our foreign policy. If somebody sells drugs in another country, that doesn't mean you arrest the president and put him in jail for the rest of his life. That government official was Donald Trump.
To any of my mods that's out here that's watching, any of these channels that come inside my comment section to announce another person live while I'm live, block them.
Stop saying somebody's not going to invade us. You motherfuckers were unaware of the invasion that took place after Japan came and hit us on soil. No, I don't mean 6 hours away on the planet Earth of Hawaii, okay? Because that's its own fucking area. Ahalo. I mean in a situation when Japan made it onto Californian soil and Alaskan soil and took Americans as fucking prisoners. Do you know how small Japan is? If them motherfuckers can do it and there's 350 war fucking ships of a fucking flotilla sitting outside of the Pacific, that's not for Taiwan. And China had an envoy in Venezuela that day, the day that we decided to take Maduro. Oh, right now, we have no idea if they are alive. Do you? I beg. Nobody's gonna invade America. Bitch, we were scared of Japan. We currently unalived 120,000 fucking civilians because we couldn't fight their fucking military. Why do y'all do this? Ew.
Trump is moving to take Venezuela because we are about to lose economic activity from Taiwan due to a Chinese invasion. The Telegraph is reporting from a top-secret document that the U.S. military has assessed that it would be destroyed if a confrontation happened between Washington and Beijing over Taiwan. Document points to over-reliance on Chinese goods, along with their hypersonic missiles that can destroy aircraft carriers within minutes, which leads into what we are doing into Venezuela. In Taiwan, we have economic activity at about $130 billion per year because of chips, AI, and other things. At a modest recovery at $60 a barrel, Venezuela could output $190 billion per year. It is now clear and obvious to me. China is about to make a move on Taiwan, and we are taking Venezuela because we would not be able to economically survive without the output from that oil. This is why the president and the government is not making a case to Congress. It would induce a panic. It's the only reason why we have 25% of all of our forces right off the coast of Venezuela, currently in a pre-World War.
And Marco Rubio stands up and talks about not playing games with the president.
The president doesn't go out looking for people to pick fights with. He's not, generally wants to get along with everybody. We'll talk and meet with anybody, but don't play games. Don't play games with this president's in office.
Let's remember what's actually at stake here. Our U.S. service members did not sign up to be pawns in some geopolitical chess game. They're not here to be the world's bullies or to have their lives treated as some expendable for political theater. And it's especially rich coming from politicians who have zero family members serving, zero personal skin in the game, and yet they're willing to put our men and women in uniform right in harm's way. And I doubt very seriously Marco Rubio, the president, and any of those politicians, any of those billionaires got military family members putting their lives on the fucking damn line. We are not fucking tools for political vanity. We didn't sign up for this saber-rattling bullshit on behalf of politicians who treat our service members like some fucking game and take oil from Venezuela. If you want to talk about not playing games, start by respecting the lives of those who actually serve. Not using them as some disposable pieces of your political board and your grifting trying to take oil from melanated or a Latin country. Our service members are not fucking props. They're not expendable pieces in your geopolitical power play. We did not enlist to be used as muscle for political bravado or reckless posturing by people who would never hear a knock on their own fucking damn door. Because I doubt any of you politicians got service members or family members that serve. It's always the loudest voices for confrontation who have the least skin in the game. So if you're going to say don't play games, understand this. The only people not playing games are the ones in uniform. And if you're willing to risk their lives for your rhetoric, then you've already crossed the fucking line.
We stop for a second. I think y'all need to understand that, right? Most of these politicians already moved out of their homes and they sleeping on military bases. A lot of these people that's in power, the elite, they live in underground cities, not just little bunkers. They live in underground cities that you and me, our eyes, will never see. Evil and evil people have an escape plan. While us good people, there is no plan for us because the plan is not for us to survive. And while you get up and go to work every day to keep evil people in power, take that into consideration.
It has now been confirmed by members of Congress that the president's strike against Venezuela and the capturing of President Maduro and his wife is completely unconstitutional. He did not have permission from Congress. He also did not inform the Gang of Eight, which is a committee comprised of House and Senate leaders. The president is using our military, our service members as cannon fodder so that he can enrich himself. Make no mistake, this has nothing to do with safety. This has nothing to do with narco-terrorism because he recently just pardoned another narco-terrorist. Trump has taken over this country like a dictator, and the Republicans are rolling over like dogs. And meanwhile, he's also threatening Iran. He needs to be impeached today. He needs to be removed from office today. This has gone way too far, and he is putting all of our lives at risk. And our service members do not need to be fighting so that Trump can line his own pockets from the oil and the mineral resources in Venezuela, because that's what this is about.
B Money CLT. Highest critical times, we take care of the family. Appreciate you. Much love. Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to you, family. Thank you for sponsoring this war.
Good day to you. I am shocked, appalled, and I condemn the kidnapping of Maduro from Venezuela. I urge all world leaders, all 194 world leaders, to condemn this act. It is against international law. Trump is insane. Trump is a lunatic. You have removed a leader of a country and you are putting him on trial in the United States. Let this be a warning for Africa and all African leaders. We need to invest in nuclear weapons. It is that simple. I won't repeat this message. To the Venezuelan people, my thoughts and prayers are with you. America wants your oil. And this is sad to see. It should be condemned immediately by all world leaders. Thank you.
Now that's a voice coming from one of the presidents, Maduro. One of the presidents of Africa. Did you hear what he said? This is one of the presidents of Africa. Listen to it. I'm going to play it again for you, because in case some of y'all was just talking in the comment section.
Good day to you. I am shocked, appalled, and I condemn the kidnapping of Maduro from Venezuela. I urge all world leaders, all 194 world leaders, to condemn this act. It is against international law. Trump is insane. Trump is a lunatic. You have removed a leader of a country and you are putting him on trial in the United States. Let this be a warning for Africa and all African leaders. We need to invest in nuclear weapons. It is that simple. I won't repeat this message. To the Venezuelan people, my thoughts and prayers are with you. America wants your oil. And this is sad to see. It should be condemned immediately by all world leaders. Thank you.
For the jackass that said, I don't know what I'm talking about, that's not me speaking. That's a world leader. That's a world leader, not a YouTuber, a world leader announcing to other and calling for other African leaders to invest in nuclear weapons. What part did you not understand, jackass? What part? What part you didn't understand? All roads in this situation leads to what? The apocalypse. The destruction of this earth. All roads, when you're dealing with countries that's superpowers, that's battling not over the block, but over the planet and the planet resources. See, little niggas, dumb niggas, black niggas from the block, they beef over the block. But colonizers, they beef over colonizing the earth. See, a gangbanger, I take out another gangbanger. But Trump just kidnapped the whole president like it was nothing. Are you not entertained? The nigga Trump kidnapped a whole president like it was nothing. Then dumped him in the same jail with Diddy. I wonder what their conversation gonna be like. Wow. Could you imagine being Diddy, being locked up next to the president of Venezuela? That's powerful. I was locked up with some courageous brothers from the hood. This nigga Diddy locked up with presidents. Are you not entertained?
So, Nicolás Maduro gets captured by the U.S., but you guys, are we watching a movie? Let's get into it. Now first, a lot of people are saying America invaded Venezuela to stop the narco-terrorism, but also it's the oil, in which they have more than anybody else, with over 300 billion barrels of crude oil. Now it's important to note that this is the thick, rich, dark crude oil because there's three types. There's light, medium, and dark, in which we have refineries in Texas and Louisiana to refine this brand new oil. But question, how many times does this guy need to change during his capture? Because it seems like they're making this whole process nice and cozy, don't you think? And how did this person know that all this is going down? Because this account on Polymarket made 4 predictions, putting up about $30,000 and profiting over $400,000. And some of those predictions says Maduro out by January 31st, will the U.S. invade, etc. And these are just placed just hours before the attack. Not to mention, after all this goes down, the U.S. secures a silver smelter deal to process metals, which is not surprising because Venezuela also has some of the biggest rare earth mineral deposits. And oh look, it's financed by J.P. Morgan, a central bank. Just like this guy congratulating Trump on his victory, who is a central banker himself, a Rothschild. And you guessed it, here's all the countries that didn't have a central bank, and some of these stories, well, you know how they ended. Now there's various pictures of him giving up the thumbs up sign. He looks very happy for somebody who's facing narco-terrorism charges, but maybe he handed all this over on a silver platter. Have you guys ever heard of Smartmatic, the Venezuelan voting system that not only was used during Hugo Chavez's re-election, but used in the 2020 U.S. election? Now I wonder, does Maduro have any vital information on corruption when it comes to the 2020 election, which may not be far-fetched because 3 executives from Smartmatic were charged under the Foreign Corruption Practices Act. So I guess time will tell. Make sure you guys hit up my YouTube, The Maverick Approach, but let me know what you guys think. Did Maduro make a deal? Let me know below.
Inquiring minds want to know. How do you take out a president without their military going to war? I don't care about the lights being turned off. You can't make me believe that a president of a country, a whole country, his technology is so poor, his army is so weak, that an American military can go in within a matter of an hour, 2 hours, and kidnap their president. That's impossible. Something just ain't right. I don't believe nothing that I hear and half of what I see. But everybody got an opinion, right?
Fuck Venezuela. Take all their shit. I'm against these long, prolonged, boots on the ground, let's launder trillions, thousands of death, bullshit wars, Afghanistan garbage. I'm against that. But I am for efficient imperialism. Send the Blackhawks, kidnap one guy, in and out, 45 minutes, get trillions. Bro, let's take all of it. Let's take Colombia. Let's take Mexico. Let's take all of Europe. Bro, I wish America would just invade Europe. Take Greenland. What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? Nothing. Take their shit, bro. Take it. Why are we leaving South America to these fucking South Americans, these fucking Mexicans? Anyone with a brain knows Mexico and below is all one big Mexico. Just a bunch of fucking Mexicans. I'm from Argentina. I'm from Colombia. I'm from Honduras. You're a bunch of Mexicans. If you saw a man from Honduras breaking into your car and you called the police, you'd be like, hey, there's a Mexican breaking into my car. They're Mexicans. Leading it to a bunch of fucking Papacito. What are they even doing with these countries? Papacito, Shakira. They got all these countries, all this oil, and you talk to them for 5 minutes and they're just fucking dancing around. Papacito, it's fucking stupid. Take their shit, Rev. Send the army, take their shit. Fuck these people. America should take everyone's shit while it's still capable. While there's a few white guys left, because they're the most competent. Send the Delta Force to take absolutely everybody's stuff. That's the way the world has always worked. There's no such thing as international law. There's just violence. And who has the most guns? That's the way everything works. Law isn't real. I've said to you guys for a very long time, law isn't real. It's an empire of lies. The idea of law and order is all made up. Who has guns? They arrested me and threw me in jail when I did nothing wrong because they had guns. That's it. America's got fucking guns. So let's take everyone's shit while we have Trump in charge. 100% for Venezuela. Let's take Colombia too. Let's take all their shit. And by the way, while I'm on this fucking subject, any man who is down there in Latin America is collateral damage. If you're some American who's down there passport broing and you get hit by a fucking Black Hawk depleted uranium round right in the fucking dome, you deserve it. Because those girls look like fucking housemaids, bruv. Anyone who says Latinos is hot is poor. If you have real money, you have a Russian or a Ukrainian. If you have real money, you're pimping in Dubai. But when you're broke on $3,000 a month, you go down to Colombia and go, the women are so feminine here. She hasn't even got a fucking pedicure. She's got flat feet, bruv. Flat feet and fucking flip-flops on. She looks like my housemaid. I hired 5 of those.
Did y'all hear him? I don't know where to find the rest of this live at. But that is the most disrespectful shit he said. Niggas said Latino women are trash. If you want a real woman, you got to get a Russian woman or a Ukrainian woman. The nigga said Latino woman. I don't know where he come from, but I'm from New York, my nigga. Well, you got some of the most beautiful Latino women. Dominican, Puerto Rican. Like, wow. That's where I lost 90% of respect for Andrew Tate. Because he just told you what he felt about it. He thought about poor people. Nigga said the bitch so broke her pussy is worth a pair of sandals. Some broken ones. Some sandals, some broken ones. Everybody got an opinion.
So while everyone's distracted with the fact that the Goon Squad, our president, Homeland Security, decided to kidnap the president of another country, no one's talking about how with the Somalis in Minnesota, the Department of Homeland Security did an investigation and found that there was no fraudulent activity. Let me say that again. The child care funding that is frozen across all of the United States of America that will affect people starting tomorrow who need to go to work and need child care because of a video from a racist right-wing creator who decided to go to a daycare during the holidays when all daycares are fucking closed and accuse them of fraud. It was all fake. Go to a daycare during the holidays, which, by the way, when there is public child care funding through the federal government, they do not get paid for holidays. They are closed all the way from before Christmas to the 5th of January. To go to this establishment that is working outside of normal hours and accuse them of fraud to the point where the entire United States of America is without child care vouchers, for them to find that these people had no fraudulent activity, you need to be in jail. And I know that y'all like to tussle, so I'm just going to pull up the article. And this is what it looks like when a dictator sends right-wing influencers to basically harass a democratic state because he doesn't like Tim Walz. Here we are. Minnesota Department finds child care centers targeted in viral video operating normally. The State Department of Children, Youth, and Families said it visited 9 facilities at the center of the right-wing claims of fraud and found them operating as expected. Not only did they find no fraud, they actually found that these Somali daycares were operating normally within their limits for child care funding through the holidays. So, get a lawyer, sue that motherfucker blind, because ain't no motherfucking way you just stop child care for everybody in America from a viral video that was false because you were too incompetent to understand daycare hours, bitch. And I don't know who put you up to that, but there's a lot of paid opposition in the government right now, and I hope they take every penny from you and every parent sues you who can't motherfucking go to work tomorrow because you have shut down their child care funding. You fucking incompetent fool.
Stop calling her liberal. That's the problem with some of you spies in my comment section. Some of us, we not with the left wing or the right wing. Some of us don't give a goddamn about the Democrats or the Republicans. That's the problem. You people, like, we having a conversation. Who paying me? Your mother. Your mother paying me. She ain't good at it though, the bum bitch. Now, back to what I was saying. When you sit back and you analyze that billions of dollars has been spent on Somalians and not the black American, so you telling me the slave master will let some niggas from overseas, from Africa, come to America and let them have access to billions of dollars when black people in America didn't even have access to food stamps for Thanksgiving? When it was talks of police and extra police and even more police closing down supermarkets and arresting you just in case you decided to steal? You telling me the ones who built America, this land of the thief, where our ancestors went through the worst of the worst, you're telling me that the Somalians came over here and they have access to anything, luxury cars and everything, while your grandmother, your grandfather died. Some of them died shining shoes, packing bags in supermarkets. And some of you right now living, watching me, y'all barely can pay your bills. You agree with this? You cool with this? You don't feel like you violated? That's like you having your first child with your baby father, and you couldn't even buy your child nothing for its birthday. And then you come to find out your baby father just bought a bitch a Birkin bag. You can't even buy a box of Pampers, but he bought another chick a Birkin bag. Some things niggas just can't come back from. Because all we being told in America is that the black American, who is the real Native American of this land, the real Indian of this land, you ain't worth shit to the colonizer. But just hold on. Because if he needs you to go overseas to fight a war, or you ain't even got to go nowhere. Because the next level of war in World War III, when the earth is cracked in half, will be nuclear weapons. You will die in your sleep. And an inferno of fire. Keep thinking it's a game. And then you got brothers that keep coming up and telling you the same thing, which is,
please do your research. This is a serious warning.
Right now the time for everybody go every food bank and go stack up barrel of food and just have it in the hospital. Because there's a food shortage coming to America. We're not gonna man. Yeah, tell you this. I am a freight manager. I am a freight manager. Me know what used to come last year. And from late in the last year, certain things stop come. I know this year me say, you know, about no more. Because whatever I go on with over the side of earlier, over here, so a lot of stuff is no longer on shelves. And we don't have to pay attention to see that. Yeah, certain Italian bread we used to sell at food store, no longer coming. Start to save up food. You could have money to the food, the money not going to help you. Let me say it again. You could have money to the food, the money not going to help you. Save up food. It's serious. Everything I drop now, go check the ports them right now across America. The information is out there so they can go look for the other self. Check the ports across America. Them empty your fuck. Them empty no blood clot. All across America. And the ports them overseas full. Why? The ports them overseas full with products that come to America. And American ports is empty. And plus me here, I don't know how true this is, but the man them send a container come with more than half of the container them empty. Imagine that them send a container ship come across. This is how petty these people are. With half of the containers empty. Or you think a joke? Or they can do their own research, or they have Google, or they have Firefox, or they have Safari, or they have everything. Do their own research, or they be careful and prepare for what the fuck is coming. Trust me, it's not nice. Remember, say America go through a Great Depression already, you know? It's not like the boy, it's impossible, you know. It can't happen again. And the way how things look, it can go happen again. So they just want to stack up on food, bro. You see, Roman noodles, at the first, me must see so much Roman, and I like the blood clot. And mostly Indian products I get now. I'm see people not pay attention to that. We get that shit out of Indian products now. As I say, food shortage will come. Be careful, be prepared, and stack up barrels out. Just wait it out. But stop with this idle spending and just waste money on unnecessary things right now. Things at times about to get blood clotting more difficult than it is. Trust and believe.
Let the cold be the leader. Let me ask you a question. If you could feel the passion in what this West Indian brother was saying, put a 1 in the comment section. If you could feel the chills, the seriousness in his message and what he's telling you, put a 1 in the comment section. If you can't, put a 2. You can't feel him? He ain't saying what I've been saying? Now you got people at the ports telling you the ports is drying up. Nigga, that's death by design.
They told you it was about oil, but what if I told you the U.S. just stole $1 trillion in silver while everyone was watching the wrong headline? It was not a war, it was a resource extraction op. Look, less than 24 hours after the U.S. invaded Venezuela, a deal was inked. A new $8 billion silver smelter facility financed by JP Morgan, jointly owned by the Department of Defense, to process Venezuelan silver. Why? Because JP Morgan was underwater on a physical silver short worth billions. They did not invade for oil, they invaded to bail out the bank. Comment scroll if you're ready for the real blueprint. I'll scan your scroll and remind you how you already won. But Venezuela sits on the Arco Minero, trillions in unmined gold and silver. JP Morgan gets caught rigging silver, pays $1 billion in fines, and now they just buy the smelter and rewrite the rules. And they did it with your tax money. The U.S. military didn't just topple a regime. They cleared the path to mine collateral for a failing financial system. Comment scroll to decode your wealth timeline. What's coming next will crush the unprepared. Look, silver just crossed $75 per ounce. Physical silver is trading near and above $100 per ounce, depending on where you live in the world. But JP Morgan and COMEX are still manipulating paper prices. Meanwhile, Crude oil is collapsing, and for the first time ever, the paper market is losing control. The return to sound money is here. Sovereign money, scroll-backed money, but it's not gold. It's the metal they tried to bury, silver. They didn't just build a smelter, they built an extraction funnel, and they're draining the vaults in broad daylight. You're either on the scroll-coded path, or you're the liquidity they're stealing from. Comment scroll if you're done playing their game.
Fix, I can't even, man, listen, Fix, thank you for sponsoring this wall, family. I can't even see what you wrote. Appreciate you.
Now let's see how they wiped us as American Indians out of history. Because in the law of 1662, we were American Indians. In the law of 1662, the baby follows the belly. 1682 is the law that defines who's enslaved, the law that says North Africans and American Indians. We're there. 1856, we're American Indians in the Dred Scott decision. So in 1865, when 4 million people were released from slavery, where the fuck did the American Indians go? That we're American Indians. They wiped us out of history. So then we get lost in the education system for 100 years, and when we pop out in 1960 on the other side, there's no longer any American Indians that were enslaved, just black people. And black people means you came from West Africa. But every single American law that predates the United States and every single United States law says that those enslaved only come from North Africa and North America as the indigenous people of those two lands. So somebody is lying. And it's the public school system, because West Africa is not mentioned in any law. Nobody came from West Africa by law. You cannot falsely educate. I want to sue everybody. I can't.
Why do you think they took out Malcolm X? Why do you think they took out Malcolm X? Because when he went over to Africa, he realized that he wasn't from there. He's from here.
Have you ever seen this map? Because if not, it's definitely time that you do. It's a map based off of the Monroe Doctrine that was introduced by President James Monroe in 1823. And basically, it says that the Western Hemisphere belongs to the Americas and that no foreign power should have any control over it. Back in the day, it was referring to Europe, but today it applies to China and Russia. That's why when Marco Rubio was being interviewed about why the United States captured Maduro and Venezuela, he said it had nothing to do with oil at all, but actually had to do with...
China need their oil. Why does Russia need their oil? Why does Iran need their oil? They're not even in this continent. This is the Western Hemisphere. This is where we live. And we're not going to allow the Western Hemisphere to be a base of operation for adversaries, competitors, and rivals of the United States.
The Monroe Doctrine that President Trump has been referencing refers to the United States controlling the Western Hemisphere, which includes Greenland, Cuba, Colombia, Venezuela, which is why you've heard about us getting involved in those countries lately. It's about energy dominance. Oil, gas, lithium, rare earths in the Americas must not fall under hostile control. Financial power, making sure that the dollar system remains dominant in this hemisphere. Military exclusion. You just heard Marco Rubio saying this. No rival power gets permanent bases near U.S. territory, and information and tech control. Telecom, satellites, AI, and surveillance matter as much as tanks. If a new world order is happening right now, many people believe it'll end up looking something like this. After all, yesterday, President Trump did say,
peace on earth. Peace on earth. We gotta have peace. It's our hemisphere. The Monroe Doctrine was very important when it was done, and other presidents, a lot of them, they lost sight of it. I didn't lose sight, but it really is, it's peace on earth.
I think it's safe to say that this is something we should all be paying attention to, and not just some crazy conspiracy theory. But as always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
What I'm trying to do is just not give y'all my opinion, because we the people. When it comes to the future of America, I would think that all of us would have a voice. So I decided to just collect different people that had different ideologies on this topic so that y'all can listen. Because at the end of the day, I'm not here to brainwash you. I haven't been selected by evil. I'm an independent nigga traveling the path of righteousness, doing the best that I could do to do that, because we all know that that's not easy. We all get tempted to do something that we ain't got no business doing, even at the age of us being grown. When you see a president make a move like these people already inherited, or rather, no, wrong word. They robbed and stole the whole earth. And we the people, we have nothing.
Oh, y'all still think I'm bugging out? You have to be brain dead if you don't see what's going on now. Like, Biden hold his whole administration put a $25 million bounty on your man that went up to $50 million. Trump catches him. Now everybody's mad. I don't get it. How y'all mad at him doing something that all of y'all said y'all wanted to do, labeled him a threat, but ain't had a cojones to go do it. And then Batman go do it. Yeah, because you know Trump is today's Batman. He's the real Batman. The billionaire who could be home doing whatever the...
Trump didn't go over to Venezuela to kidnap that president. Trump didn't go over there himself. He sent the same army that Biden had access to, that Obama had access to. We already seen what happened to Gaddafi. We already seen what happened to Saddam Hussein. So whenever they want to go over there and they want to do something, now it's Trump's turn to break international laws. It was Trump's turn to break international laws. This is why you have a round table of leaders. And when Trump did what he just did, it was his turn to break international government laws. He broke a treaty. I get sick and tired of niggas playing military mind games and acting like they smart. See, you know, sometimes people sound smart when they talk until you challenge what they say. Any president in America can push a button and destroy half this earth. Any president in America can push a button and have somebody taken out on the opposite side of this earth. Trump ain't do nothing special. He violated peace treaties with our brothers and sisters across the world. He violated peace treaties with brothers and sisters across the world. Well, let me let this brother, shout out to Gotham. I gave Gotham a call tonight because I said we got a debate on this. I didn't get an answer. Oh, yeah. Because men with intellect, we can sit down and debate. See, one thing I don't like is that niggas is newcomers when it come to being a supporter of Trump. I've been there, I've done that. When he was being honest. I refuse to do that while he's being dishonest.
Oh, y'all still think I'm bugging out? You have to be brain dead if you don't see what's going on now. Like, Biden hold his whole administration put a $25 million bounty on your man that went up to $50 million. Trump catches him. Now everybody's mad. I don't get it. How y'all mad at him doing something that all of y'all said y'all wanted to do, labeled him a threat, but ain't had a cojones to go do it. And then Batman go do it. Yeah, because you know Trump is today's Batman. He's the real Batman. The billionaire who could be home doing whatever the fuck he want to do, but yet
Trump can't even change his diaper right now. Trump can't even change. Trump can't even get in the shower and get out the shower and change his diaper right now. He ain't Batman. He's a dictator abusing power.
he's out here playing cops and robbers for free. He gives his check away. almost got his head smoked twice. He out here blowing shit up. I mean, city mad at him. Remember our Batman, he blowing shit up, beating people up. Saving people, but they mad at him. They should be mad at Batman. Same shit. Trump. Everybody hates, and he's doing the job. Like all the shit that they said they wanted to do, he did it, and they mad, and they gonna try to turn it into a negative. And he's out here. Batman.
Shout out to Gotham. Set it up, Gotham. You know we got a debate on this topic. Because see, one thing that you niggas can't do, oh, he's a liberal. Nah, my nigga. Some of us is taking a stand. We ain't with the left wing or the right wing. We the people, my nigga. We the people. We the people. And we getting tired of picking cotton. And my question to all of you dudes out there still sitting up there riding the Trump wave, when Trump goes over to Venezuela and hijack the whole country like he just did, how is that going to affect the American people in a good way? Because we got Somalians over here replacing us. We the last of a dying breed. That saying was here for a reason. We are the last of a dying breed. Now they bringing Africans over here, really, to breed and outbreed us. While they decreasing and vaccinating and giving us all types of shit to reduce our population, they pushing a different population of black people to destroy history. And y'all niggas is still praising these niggas. Trump didn't stop these vaccines. All of this shit was going on his watch. Who you fooling? Don't let them fool you. So now you can talk about vaccines, but you couldn't talk about it before? What part of the game is we playing? Haj, you know I rock with you, but how you explain the countless Venezuelan people that are celebrating? First and foremost, have you been to Venezuela to see if they are celebrating? Or are you looking at what Puñeta Yahoo, whatever they call that nigga overseas? That's what I'm gonna call him, Puñeta. You can't even see what's going on overseas. That's why they grabbed TikTok. Did you not see the leader overseas say that's why they grabbed TikTok so you couldn't see the truth? Show me a real video that's not animated. Number one. Number two, if you didn't catch it when I said this a few days ago, I don't give a fuck about what the people of Venezuela feels about this situation. I am not willing to send my nieces and nephews, my sons and daughters, my grandchildren to war. We are on the brink of World War III, you idiot. Now, let me ask you a question. All of those oils, all of them tanker ships that was basically robbed, because that was highway robbery. All of those places, right, where you see those minerals, golds, oils, silvers being bottom line to this is Trump. Because when I did a stick-up back in the days, when me and other stick-up kids went to go do a robbery, I got paid for it. Everybody got paid. Even the nigga that was lookout, you know, the nigga that didn't do nothing, he might have got the lease. But when you got superpowers or world superpowers waiting to set it off, yeah, they waiting to set it off, set it off. They waiting to set it off. When they set it off, you ain't got nowhere to hide. You have no resources to feed your family. All you got is diabetic foods that comes from the supermarket. Could you imagine what it's going to be like? Stacking up a bunch of diabetic foods For months. Because now you done bought some of this food that you could stack up for months. Because anything that you can eat that is real food, this perishes in a matter of days. This is real food. This is what keeps you alive. This is what your medicine is. But when you sit up there and you decide, because I had some things on the table, and you want to get some of this, I guarantee you, your diabetes is going to kick in full effect. Heart disease, full effect. You don't have no doomsday votes. You don't have no backup plans. You know what they're going to tell you? Go call on Jesus. Them niggas got doomsday bunkers. You know what they're going to call you? You go call on Jesus. Go to wait for him. Your ancestors was waiting for him too. Yeah. Your ancestors was waiting. As their last breath left their body, they was waiting on Jesus just like you. I believe in God. But Noah built the ark. I believe in God. But Noah, just like that dude overseas that told you this December was going to be it, and he built a bunch of ships like Noah's Ark, but then you got people sitting up there asking, hey Sirius, what is December of 2026 Christmas going to be like? I heard the answer. I've seen it done right directly in front of my face. Siri's artificial intelligence is saying that there will not be a Christmas of December 2026. Now, I don't know if this is military mind games to freak us out and have us going through all types of things, but what I do know is we are living in the age, in the era, in the day of technology. And what I do know is that World War III has to happen. It is prophecies. World War III has to happen for the new one world leader to come. For the Antichrist to rise. World War III has to happen for the Antichrist to rise to power.